So to look at, for the first one, just thinking about God's image and His creation, we can use service learning to teach about His image, or to give students the opportunity to learn more about His world and the earth that He created for us. So we want to teach them the innate similarities between cultures and the goodness of creation and the beauty of the diversity that He also created. So, for example, if you teach a foreign language, I think maybe we have one Spanish ed person this semester. They could do an immigrant project where they work at an adult learning center. They have the students work at an adult learning center to work with people who are recent immigrants. So they can be teaching English to the immigrants while the immigrants teach the students or help them reinforce their Spanish or French if it's another part of the country, and so forth. Also, one group a few years ago, actually, or maybe 2 years ago, came up with a multidisciplinary project with science, math, and social studies, and that was their Native American Eagle project, where their idea was to take the students to a reserve, and a natural reserve, and with conservation officers tag eagles and monitor their behaviors and their behavior patterns. And so they're learning about, in maybe social studies class, about the Native American culture and their reverence for animals. They also may be learning statistics with math and tracking the patterns of the animals, and then science with just the idea of observing animals in their habitat as well. So I thought that was a pretty creative idea. That might not be something you can start off with your first year of teaching, but you could definitely work your way up to it. And then another one was something that a student did actually with students through religious education, and that was integrating Bible study, art, and literature, where students made murals in the hallways of their church, painting the parables, and then having a night where they can showcase that to families, or even on a Sunday in between services, but giving the students an opportunity to celebrate what they accomplished. So think about, in your own content area, what can you already teach about God's image through your subject, and how could that be incorporated into a service learning project? So you have to think broadly about, think about what we God's image and how could we know more about those things. So, for example, I think about how God is creative, and so how can I through the content of English teach more about God's creativity and our own creativity, because we're made in His image. And so for me, that would be to teach students to write and to really push themselves to be creative in their writing and their sharing, maybe in acting as well. So just think about that for your own content areas.